Welcome back, guys, to East 10, Nordics, where last episode. After locating a sept color picker to prompt Sash and Lux's max affinity, learning of the circumstances surrounding the little girl's birth, we then fed the first penguin we met its final meals. Heading back into the cicatrix afterwards to find Viewpoint Isle, we passed under a rainbow to make landfall as Adol regained his memory of the many visits we had made before, as we now talk through the Sandra's crew after this discovery.
At this point, though, we don't know if this remaining sea life... Rafe's is maxed out. We'll get Rafe in a bit. Is further ahead or behind us. You know what I mean? It could be a variety of things. So this is where our successive travails have led us. It's an odd feeling, especially considering how desperate I was to run away from all of this at the outset. But now my primary concern is what lies in your futures. I wish to witness it with my own eyes. Fight on to the bitter end, if you would. Above all else, that you may win your freedom. Right now, my primary concern is what lies in your futures. Fight on to the bitter end. Yep. You're fishing away, though. You seem to enjoy that. Oh, the cupboard doesn't want to speak of anything. I wonder if I've missed a thing for him at some point. Oh, no. We just maxed out Ashley's here, so we don't need to find the other sea life, or we have, or... who knows? Viewpoint Isle, located right in the illusory sea of Bifrost. Who could have guessed that the Sandras would go from being left for scrap to bringing us all the way here? I've had plenty of hair-raising experiences, and I've lost count of how many times I've had to repair her. But despite it all, I still love ships, now more than ever. I mean, I could have told you that. I won't look away anymore. Not for myself, not for my dad either. So much I want to do once our journey is over, and I'd like the chance to tell you all about it. So make sure you could both come back safe, okay? Guess we better get ready to sit through the spiel then. Am I right, shield brother? Viewpoint Isle. It's the most difficult landing we've ever had to pull off. I'm not saying this to put pressure on you or anything, but finding some way to free Kaja of Rolo will make it that much more worth the while.
I'll give it everything I've got.
Depends. Is there anything actually new to buy? No.
Anything else? You know where to find?
I mean, there's many things we don't know the location of. Kaja's got a fancy weapon. Where's Adol's? Are there armors? Stuff like this. Those white blooms, they're bellflowers. To think that I would reach these seas is like a waking dream. But making the impossible happen is exactly the power you all possess. Please allow me to see this through with you to the very end. I wish for nothing more than to watch over the ones who have instilled me with such hope. What a waking dream this is. Please allow me to see it through with you to the very end. Sure thing. Should we deal with Ashley now or check out some more people down below deck before taking on the two events? Oh, it's another event! I expect that upon that island, a miracle will occur in regards to this Rolo issue, Princess. Also, while this is somewhat of a personal motivation, I have quite a penchant for visiting unfamiliar lands, and as a travelling merchant, passing up a chance to see exotic flora and fauna in particular would be simply unthinkable. That being the case, I'd very much like to take a stroll over there, should an opportune moment arise. It's Mirabel, isn't it, over there? To think the day would come when I'd land on an island paradise like this. Me, a lowly criminal. Fate is one fickle mistress. Still, I'm glad I came along with you and the other kids. Let's stay the course and keep pushing forward. No second thoughts and no regrets. So he says again. Picards don't want to give me tribute anymore. Picky! One's a little bit scared by the look of it. Excuse me, you two. Looking back, it sure was a long, hard voyage getting here. But I gritted my teeth and stuck it out. Thanks to you two dragging me along, of course. I'm proud to have made it this far of you. Good luck out there. Just gonna say the same thing, yeah? What a mysterious place that island is. I've never seen a tree so large before, to say nothing of the plants and animals. They feel mystical somehow. Whether you'll even experience hunger over there is hard to say, but be sure to pack a box lunch before heading off to explore. I'll show off my finest culinary flair for you, with relish. I only recently started eating, scoffing down your box lunches. Okay, this is it. You seem fired up. Oh my, I didn't realize you two were there watching. What is it you were psyching yourself up for? Well, lately it feels as though Gren and the others have matured so much that you can scarcely recognize them. And I've decided that I don't want to be the only one stuck at a standstill. I didn't expect you to worry about something like that, Mirabel. I'm just trying to keep up with everybody is all. So next time we have a reason to stop by Karnak, there's something I'd like you two to help me out with. I think I could use a bit of your courage. I'm still not following. We got warped. Later, the Sandress paid a visit to Karnak, which was in the midst of reconstruction. Mirabel then called Adol and Kaja to the harbour. Was this the thing you said you needed our help with? Right, sorry for the selfish request. I want you two to be my witnesses. Okay, witnesses for what? Is this a competition? Why the serious look, Dr. Asrad? Well, this is the first time Mirabel's ever asked me to fish instead of trying to drag me away from it. Gives me a bit of a sinking feeling. This might not be a big deal for you, Father, but I need to ask you something that's been weighing on my mind for a whole long time now. I don't suppose you're after your old man's secret fishing techniques. Wrong. Back when we moved the clinic into the city, just what happened that day Mother died? You've hardly smiled any more since then. I've tried to take as much of your burden at the clinic as I can, all in the hopes of changing that, and yet... If you have your reasons, then I won't force you to be happy. But at the very least, I think I deserve an explanation. I've always assumed it was something too painful to bring up, but even still, Mirabel, I knew the moment would come where I had to tell you. Back then, when I would fish before supper, your mum would always come and get me like clockwork. Even now, standing here with our lines in the water, it feels like she might show up at any minute. Oh. When all of us moved to the city, both she and I were kept exceptionally busy. There were plenty of times where we had to have someone else watch you while we were at work. One winter day, the snow had really piled up, causing a rash of illnesses and injuries. I left the city on house calls that morning, not noticing that your mother was ill herself. Then eventually, your mother was found collapsed and carried off to another doctor's clinic. I guess he saw me as a rival to his business, however. Once he found out who she was, he refused to treat your mother. Shortly after, she took a sudden turn for the worse and... How horrible. So is that why you won't refuse any patient, Father? That's right. Any patient before me on a given day could be in a situation just like hers. No matter who they are, a patient could always have someone who cares about them waiting at home. When I think of that, there's no way I could turn anyone away. Mirabel, you are a truly kind-hearted girl. Because of that, I worried that if I told you this, you'd decide to dedicate your entire life to helping me out at the clinic. I can't really deny it, seeing as I was planning to do exactly that. I don't want to hold you back. The thing that would make me happiest now is for you to find your own happiness. So it's best you forget about me and... Father! No matter who they are, a patient can always have someone who cares about them waiting at home. That's a wonderful sentiment, but don't you see the irony? What do you mean? I'm the one waiting at home for you, dummy. Huh?
Gosh!
Two of us are a family, aren't we? And I won't be your little girl forever, so... I'd really like my dear old dad to rely on me just a teensy bit more. Even if I'm not as reliable as Mother quite yet. But that's... Well, I see there's not going to be any arguing against you. Father, don't worry. When the time comes, I will find my own happiness. But right now, I'm happy assisting both you and the Sandress. I understand. That sounds fine by me. I really should have just asked you about all of this sooner. Surprised to find there are conversations even you find difficult, Mirabel. Regardless of how it might seem, Princess, I'm actually a huge coward. I don't want to hurt anyone, nor do I want to be hurt myself. But knowing the situation you're in, Princess, I felt that I had to summon up my own courage for this. That's so. Yep, that's so. And thanks to you as well, Adol, for being here. With that taken care of, let's be off to our next destination. Our affinity with Mirabel and Joel is now at max.
Thank you, everyone. I always have all of you to lean on. Let's keep doing our best, side by side. Not just for each other, but for ourselves, too.
Bit of a pause there. You hope the rival clinic got shut down? Well, if one clinic went, then you'd probably need the other clinic, wouldn't they? Viewpoint Isle is a very unusual atmosphere compared to everyone else we've been to so far. But of course, Adol's consciousness drifting to it was plenty unusual already. And then there's that old man you spoke with during your visits. I wonder who he might be. Can't say I have a clue in my mind. The Isle itself is our only lead for the moment. True, you have to do what you have to do, but please be careful out there. We need all three of you coming back to us safely. Aye, the rest of you look after the ship while we're gone. I wonder what kind of flowers those cute white ones are. They give me the feeling that whoever lives on Viewpoint Isle isn't a bad person at all. Well, let's go to our next event now that we've talked to the entire bottom side of the Sandras crew. It leads us to Ashley, who recently had this quest completed. Her. Hey guys, there's something I want you two to see. Mind coming with me for a bit? Ashley took out what seemed to be a well-worn journal. What's this? Looks pretty worse for wear. It's covered page to page with sketches of marine life. Whoa, creatures like these actually exist. Wait, is this how we're going to get our last sea life? We're going to be taken to it. Don't hold the journal, Kasha! Yeah, hold your horses. I'll show you in a sec. So what's the deal with this journal? You pick it up somewhere? Yeah, it was lying on the beach at Viewpoint Isle. I recognize both the handwriting and the art style. It's my dad's, no doubt about it. Wait, what? What's this mean then? Didn't your old man... 3 years ago, he found a bunch of undiscovered sea creatures on an expedition. And when he presented his findings, he was called a liar. The crew said that there are animals he's never seen before on Viewpoint Isle. So if you two know anything, you have to tell me. Now that you mention it, Leela did say that flora and fauna from before the Great Calamity were loaded onto one of the arks. And if that ark's destination was Viewpoint Isle... so Ashley's dad sailed to Viewpoint Isle too. I don't know about that. I mean, think of all the hoops we had to jump through. Yeah, but the book's there, unless it drifted there. It's hard to imagine he could have made it to the Isle all on his own. There is a possibility he visited the place unconsciously the way you did, Adol, and dropped his book unconsciously. Hold on. If that's the case, then why was his journal on the beach there? I'm just letting my imagination run wild here, but once your old man met his end, this journal found its way to Viewpoint Isle all by itself. Almost as if it was carrying its owner's will inside of it. Oh wow, sort of like Iluna in our cuffs. That's true. We can't say it's impossible. So that's how it went. I made a choice way back when. A choice to get rid of everything. My memories of my dad, who I really am, all of it. Ashley. Searching for sea creatures and seeing them with my own eyes was never for my dad's sake. I wanted to see how pointless and boring they were, to laugh in the face of the thing that ruined my life. But then I got to explore all over the Gulf with you guys. Before I knew it, my original goal stopped mattering. Instead, it was replaced with wanting to see more and more wildlife, plain and simple. Right, so I won't lie to myself anymore. I'm happy to be my dad's kid. And these feelings are something nobody can take from me. It took me several detours along the way, but I'm glad I was finally able to realize this. Sometimes it's the detours that help shed light on the real path. At first, I only thought of you as some snotty brat we just had to put up with. But right now, Ashley, you're about as cute gets. Huh? Thanks. Kaja, Adol, I really owe you for all of this. Yeah, let's look for sea creatures again sometime. Yeah. Your affinity with Ashley is now at maximum.
I'm gonna keep giving it my all from here on. Not for my dad, but for myself. Thanks, you two.
The sea is my friend, new recapture skill. Well, that's helpful. We're not recapturing anything anymore. Probably done with the ship. I still can't believe my dad's journal was on Viewpoint Isle. But at least now I can finally be proud of him from the very bottom of my heart. Thanks so much for bringing me this far. I mean it. Alright, I guess things aren't even close to being over for you guys, huh? We waiting here, so make sure you come back in one piece. You don't have any clue about where the thing is, do you?
Please allow me to assist you. Go with my blessings.
I don't need your blessings, sorry. I didn't mean to...
Tinkering with ships is fun.
I was thinking, like, we don't need the ship anymore, so I may as well just upgrade the ship fully if this is what does it.
Whew, all done.
My crystalline coral,
job.
my money.
Anything else?
All decked out, unlocked. The ship is at its maximum.
You know where to find me.
Sorted. Right then, well that leaves one more event for us to do. With Rafe.
Hey.
Hey there, Adol Kaja. Adol Kaja's my name. Seems we're nearing the end of this journey of ours. At least that's how it feels. Hard to say what lies in wait for us at the end. Thanks for sticking out with us the whole way through, Rafe. Don't even mention it. You two have done just as much for me. I know we talked about it before, but are you still planning to go back to mercenary life after this? What about that? Rafe, there you are, my boy. Dr. Flare rushed over, gasping for breath. Dr. Flare? What happened? Must have been something big to get you so worked up. I discovered a new medicinal use for specular grass. It might be effective on Dawson's mental impairment. What? Later, after the Sandros made port in Karnak, Adol and the others went to the still damaged clinic where Mamina was looking after Dawson. That should do it. I administered a sedative to him, so we'll see how things go once he awakens. Dr. Flare, will this really cure my husband? I don't yet know if we can expect a complete recovery, but I believe this treatment will at the very least lessen the symptoms and slow their progress. Who could have imagined specular grass would have such properties? Ugh. It seems he's coming too. Dear? It's one of those things, isn't it? Does he want to remember as well? I know he's done bad, but still. Who the devil are you? Give me a drink. Ain't there any booze around? Always like to have myself a stiff one first thing in the morning. Appears our efforts were unsuccessful. Unfortunately so. Adol, Kaja! Gren, I thought you and Dogi went out to check the highway. We did, and it's covered in straggling Griga. Let's get moving, Kaja. No way around it. Good thing this didn't happen while we were at sea. Dogi's holding them back, but they've got the edge and strength in numbers. Rafe, we could use your help too. On it. I think Rafe's got something to take his frustrations out on, hasn't he? Phew, that's all of them mopped up. Man, are we lucky this went down while Adol and Kaja were here. I don't like the thought that there were so many of these things still roaming around, though. We should probably take a look around the area to be safe, then. Rafe, behind you! Damn it! Screwed up. Looks like this body of mine has gone soft. Ugh. What? Mr. Eviles? Why did you take that hit for me? Because it's my job to protect the citizens. Hey, are you okay? You know, I heard my son, Rafe, was in the area. Could you tell him something for me? Tell him I'm sorry for never teaching him how to use a sword. And that what happened to Mark was my fault. If only I'd had just a bit more... Huh? Hey, snap out of it! It's me, it's your son, Rafe! Is he dead or unconscious? Come on! Open your eyes. You wanted to teach me how to use a sword, right? Dad! Dad! Rafe, stop. He's gone. Aww. The one last punch to the heart for him in his life. My god. So, guess your medicine worked after all, Dr. Flare. Yeah, so it seems the effects took a while to present themselves. He came back to his senses. But Rafe had grown up so much by now that Dawson couldn't even recognize him. I'm sorry this happened, Rafe. I really am. How this went down was just really cruel to you. Don't be. This was coming to him one way or another. No matter how you slice it, my father was a poor excuse of a man. Nothing would change that. Even after what he did today, it doesn't mean I'll forgive him. Rafe. Still, it's like you said to me before, Dr. Flare. The bond between parent and child can never be broken. Dad, you stupid bastard. Your affinity with Rafe is now at max, but not
Still
Mum.
don't know if I did the right things, but I think I can start moving forward now. Might not have happened if you guys weren't there for me.
A crew conversation was added. I have to leave to get that. Questions. That did max out Mamina's... Oh, it's like... There was an extra star for Dawson's, but now there can't be a extra star for Dawson's because there's no way to max that out. So it might be worth going to her at this point in time, I don't know. Total made of everything is 1 supposedly on my lunchbox list. Supposedly I've made 1 of everything. Or is it only the things I've made that show up in the recipes list? I don't know myself. That ended not very satisfactorily, I've got to say. There's 1 more affinity to develop though, believe it or not. Who is that with? Maybe I missed it. Father Cuthbert, of course there is, yeah. I've still got to find a saga, maybe. So you know what? I'm going to go back to Karnak quickly after that.
Okay, let's go!
Drop anchor! We're going ashore!
Everyone's still grey, even though we've made it to the next island. I want to know about... the mother. She can be spoken to. You're, free now, I guess? Dawson returned to his usual self at the very last possible second. Whether or not it gave Rafe the catharsis he needed, I can't say. But at the very least, I hope it gets him to start moving forward with his life. That would be a fitting tribute to Mark's memory. Please continue looking after Rafe for me. About your life? I'm sorry, I guess it still hasn't quite sunk in yet. Please continue looking after Rafe for me.
Welcome.
I can understand why it hasn't sunk in, but it's one of those things where
Anything else? Don't be as...
you'd almost have been like, this death has happened a long time ago. If you get me? A very long time ago. It's complicated. I'm going to quickly go back to where was that special Jotun Island? Was there anything on there that I missed?
All right.
I didn't look around very well afterwards, but I didn't see a saga.
Good spot to rest.
I'm just thinking if there was a saga anywhere, it would have been here. No, it might be further forward for me. But then that would also kind of make sense. Alright, back to Jotun Island then. Shh. Still kind of baffling.
Let's go.
And death was so long ago when you truly think about it. So these are level 36.
Let's go! Fly away!
Got lasers galore. Let's take the path then and move onwards because we've talked to everyone. We've done seemingly a lot of these events.
Spot to rest. How's that?
Let's find out what's next for us, I guess. Brings us back to here, which we checked out either of these areas. That brings us to the watery place after all. Gosh, just instantly eliminating things.
Fly away!
Lasers. Yeah, it would definitely hit again once it happened. I'm not discounting that. But still, hey, that chest is there.
right! Yeah!
Those wolves just got done very dirty, didn't they?
Should be a good spot to rest.
This place is straight out of a dream. Hard to believe someone actually lives here.
Everywhere's barred off. Wonder where there could be other fishing spots. Still need to find some fish. Now we're on the story path yet again.
Doesn't look like anyone's home.
Okay, a note on the table. What does it say?
Did he leave you a note?
Dear Adol, well done making it to this isle. The final key is your flesh and blood self. Take care not to leave anything behind. I shall await you in the rightful location.
The final key? And this rightful location bit's just as vague. Any idea what they might point to?
The chest, maybe? Don't leave anything behind? Heimskringla. Sure I said that right. A mystic sword that is one with Adol. Its glow illuminates all around. The chest that had once been empty now contains a sword never before seen. It feels surprisingly natural in the palm of Adol's hand.
A sword? Looks pretty dated, but formidable all the same.
Adol, take that sword if you would. I suspect it will prove indispensable moving forward.
Please don't give Adol any weapons, because he'll just lose it on his next journey and it'll be really upsetting.
Hugel, you're back!
Google brought a new message. Expertise embodied. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to mention. I've been using my hammer for many years as a blacksmith. Take it up and you should be able to forge some out-of-this-world weaponry. Give it a shot if you've got any ideas on what to make. Their contents were copied to the journal. You just want me to go back and... It's not a quest, obviously. You just want me to go back and see about upgrading it, maybe?
Let's not go this way.
Oh, God. There's a lot of places I'm not allowed to go, isn't there?
What was that? The sword from the chest? But why would it...
Eyes up!
It would appear plain that the sword is reacting to that pillar of light. Just what is that area, Adol?
I don't know. I've never been there. I'm told it's called the Forbidden Lands.
Well, it's bidding us to head up there no matter which way you slice it. We might as well take up the invite. Let's go see what that pillar's about.
That way, eh? Alright, you know, let me explore absolutely anywhere I wish to explore. Fine by me. Again, there's not going to be any
I bet we can
fish
catch something here.
in any areas we've been to.
Okay,
Can
let's
I
give
just
it a
pop
shot.
to the, back to the Sandras to maybe see about upgrading this new weapon? That did it get automatically equipped or not? No, it didn't. I'm pretty sure we got everything that was out these
Let's turn
directions.
back.
There's no reason to go any farther. We can't even explore everywhere. Okay, we're allowed to leave, but we're not allowed to go anywhere else here. Oh yeah, the friendly concern. I forgot about that conversation.
Wonder how Rafe's holding up.
I'm worried for him. But what can you even say to someone in his position?
You guys are totally overthinking it. No way Rafe wants to see us all gloomy and walking on eggshells around him.
Gren, you make a good point, actually.
Bet you anything he'd be all, psh, I don't remember asking for anybody's concern. We should just eat our meals together and bicker the way we always do.
You know, Gran, for someone so airheaded, you say the most insightful things at times.
Oh, brother. They should learn to keep their voices down.
Rafe overheard every single bit of it. I'm guessing I can't forge it myself, right?
May not look it, but
Oh, I can. For 100,000 in cash, I will then end up getting not quite a lot of strength when you look at it. 22, is that? 22 strength, 32 break, 10% critical rate as well, and use a spare kite, which I've got spare of.
handles like a dream, guaranteed.
Spare. I'm running out of cash. Only got 27k now left, but still.
Don't let all this prepping go to waste.
Who needs defensive gear? If there's extras, then it makes it sound like defensive gear might actually be a thing to us to get. It's just where? Where do I get it from?
Okay, let's go!